Hey there guys, so a lot of y'all been asking, where has the racing mower been? It's been right here, and the off-road mower has been back there. I currently have it apart, and I'll tell you what I'm working on in a minute. That is right, I'm getting rid of the auxiliary brakes on here. Auxiliary brakes. If you don't know, this is actually a handbrake lever for the main brakes. This is based on the Cars and Cameras design, by the way. And this was kind of my own ingenious design. Rigging up the transaxle brakes, which I currently have all that apart. It's kind of all covered in oil and crap, and they honestly just don't work at all. The cable broke, and yeah, it's just kind of not doing anything. It looks stupid, and it's all a big complex mechanism in there, so I'm just gonna take it all apart and say heck with it. So I got a lot more things I want to do on this thing, but the main reason why I'm getting it out is because I want to take it to the Cars and Cameras Mini Mayhem, because this was based on the original design. This whole mower, chassis, jack shaft, everything. I think they'll find it pretty cool seeing it. I already took off the governor arm linkage and everything, because that was just all complex right there. Just kind of really simplified that down. Reconnected my headlight wires. I actually cranked this thing up like a couple of days ago just to get it running, and you know, still purring like a kitten. So this whole brace and everything's held in by these 4 bolts. This right here was actually the mower deck lever on the off-road mower back when it was actually a lawnmower. I'm even questioning why I even did this in the first place. I think the reason I wanted to do it was because it was something unique. It was, you know, 2 brakes. I'll tell you what, I'm the one that came up with this, and I'm the one that has no idea what's going on. But I had to make all this mount crap so it would mount on the side properly. But whatever, I'll get this apart. Now we finally got all this crap apart. And it came right out, no problem. All right, so that's much better. Now let's see if this rotor will come off. All right, yeah, it's definitely all oily and crap. So here's this custom handbrake I made. As you can see, that pulls up on this arm right here, and then that pushes this way, which pushes the rod in, which is the original transaxle rod for the brake. I just kind of cut and remodified it. Pushes and pulls, and there's my brake. But I'm going to go through and just kind of tighten them up just a little bit and call it good, because these brakes, they do work good. I mean, they're not going to lock the tires up, but they will slow you down. So I went through, adjusted, kind of tidied some stuff up, and you know, the brakes are grabbed right there now, and I can go all the way to here, so I'm gonna call this good. So just for some inspection, I took the other side off, and look at this. You can't really see it on the camera, but there is a little bit of actual shaft play, which makes sense because this thing's, you know, spinning at 50 miles an hour, unlike 5 miles an hour, what it was originally 10 for. So I just want to check in here. Shifter looks good, so I'll call this out good. So another thing I'm doing is checking the fluid in the transmission, making sure that's all good, and I mean, it looks decent from right here as I see. This right here is like my little dipstick. Not too bad. All right, so if you look at the crankshaft, that bolt is sticking down way too far, and it's like this close from the ground sometimes. So I'm gonna be taking it out and putting a shorter one in there. But guess what? This thing was already loose. I did not loosen this with a ratchet. So it's a good thing. I'm getting it out of here now. All right, so I went to the store. I got my new bolt. So I'm going ahead and bolt this in. So that's pretty much what we're doing on the racing mower. I think it's good to go now. So next I wheeled the off-road mower up here. This will be in another video. I've already done some things to this. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but what I really want to do now, because for those of you who don't know, this is themed after the old Army Jeeps. So in addition to the stars and everything, one last little thing I want to do is I want to paint USA on the side, just like a lot of other Jeeps have on them. So I want to paint one there, and I want to paint one there, and I think it should look pretty dang cool. All right, so to come up with my design, I put in stencil font, which is right there. So this is about 6 inches in length, which 7 was going to be the maximum. And the width of these letters, maximum I could have is like 2 1/4. And this is right on 2 1/4. So I'm going to print this out and see how it looks on the mower. And if I need to make adjustments, I'll change it in here. All right, so we got our paper, and it's going to kind of go on there something like that. One thing I don't know how I'm going to do is I don't know how I'm going to be able to cut these letters out and tape that on there and then paint it with it all looking pretty good. But this one, I kind of printed out a piece of paper, I cut it out, and I put the paper template over this and spray painted over it, and it turned out pretty good. Also the same with those stars on the side. So I'm going to come up with something on how to put this here. I'm going to probably get a razor blade and cut this out because scissors will probably bend this all up. All right, so it took a little while, but I finally got this crap on here. The reason for those nails is because some of this stuff is wanting to bow out, so I have that on there to kind of hold it flat against the hood. All right, so since some of those areas were kind of sticking up, I did one very light coat. I'm going to do a couple more very light coats until I get full coverage. All right, so I got it all painted. It should come out pretty good. And I swear, it was not blowing any wind at all today. And as soon as I come out here to paint, that's when the wind's gonna be blowing 900 miles an hour. And no, it's not the hurricane coming through Florida. Not too bad. All right, so I kind of spent some time with the microfiber towel, and I found rubbing alcohol works better than paint thinner at kind of getting this overspray stuff off. It's not perfect, but it does look much better than what it did before. So now for the other side. I think it has a pretty cool look to it. Definitely follows the theme of the rest of the mower, which is looking like an old military vehicle. So both these mowers seem to check the box. Pretty much got everything done on them that I want to get done. The racing mower is going to be really good out there on the drag strips and the machine show, but the off-road mower is going to be definitely doing good off-road and on the trails, because this one has a welded diff with cutted tires. It also has a nice mechanical winch that does work. And, you know, it's a military vehicle. It's supposed to be for off-road. And this one's lowered with a extreme overdrive jack shaft to the transaxle. One revolution of this is 2.5 spins up the transaxle input pulley. And this is spinning like over 4,000 RPMs. Yeah, you can do the math on that. That's spinning at like 10,000 RPMs. Hopefully it's going to hold up out there.